Hello, little ducklings. How are you doing today? I have been feeling into the energy, and I've noticed that there's this feeling of kind of like a time warp, where it feels like you're waiting for something to happen, but then it's like you're being pulled back into the vortex almost. And sometimes when this happens to me, it's like I'll have this really good day, and then the next day it's like I'm super lethargic, feeling really heavy, weighed down again. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm picking up on in the energy. So I pre-shuffled this deck. It's the Alchemy of the Spirit Oracle by Cristina Gonzalez. She's an Ecuadorian artist. So let's see what we can pick up on from this vortex time warp vibe. It's been coming in. Whoop, right away. Ooh, the bow. These cards are so pretty. And right away, I'm being reminded of a story that's actually from a book that I really enjoy, actually. It's a workbook for OCD. And they explain that when you're hit by the arrow, it's like you're punctured and you're wounded, and then you're vulnerable because you've been wounded, and then you're like looking around trying to find a way to get away from the danger, which makes sense, right? Like, let's say you were in a field and you got hit by an arrow, a stray arrow, and then you would want to get out of the way so that you didn't get hit by another arrow. And sometimes these arrows in our lives that come towards us, they can be really painful and feel like nothing's gonna be okay again. Whether that is something that happened with a relationship, or even past energy that's coming back, feels like it's haunting us. And you know what? I'm actually gonna look up and see if I can find this story. This book is not right here, is it? Of course not. Oh, it is. This is the book. Self-Compassion Workbook for OCD. Sometimes when something like this comes up for me, okay, yeah, it says the first and second arrows, a Buddhist parable. Imagine you are a member of a hunter-gatherer tribe walking through an open field and gathering berries for your family. All of a sudden, you feel intense pain in your leg. You look down and see that the arrow of a nearby hunter has hit you in the thigh. At one moment, you are experiencing a reasonably normal afternoon gathering berries, and in the next, you are overwhelmed with great pain. This experience is called the first arrow. The pain and hardship we experience day in and day out as human beings. These pains are unpredictable and out of our control. As human beings, we will experience many first arrows during our lifetime. After being hit by the first arrow, we humans often react to our pain by resisting our suffering, judging ourselves critically, or punishing ourselves for being hit by the first arrow. We may say, "You idiot, look at what you have done. You should have known that this could happen. Why didn't you collect berries elsewhere? Why did you allow this to happen? You are so foolish. Others would have handled this so much better." This reaction is called the second arrow. The pain and suffering we cause to ourselves when we react to our suffering with self-judgment, self-criticism, shaming, comparison, and mental rumination. The second arrow is the metaphorical equivalent of stabbing ourselves in the leg, this time with our own arrow. This Buddhist parable is also a good explanation of the internal process of many with obsessive-compulsive disorder. The first arrows are the intrusive thoughts, feelings, sensations, or urges you automatically experience every day. You will never have control over these first arrows. There is a moment, however, right after you have experienced an intrusive thought, image, feeling, sensation, or urge. First arrow, when you have an opportunity to make some important choices. Do you choose to treat yourself in ways that only create more pain and suffering? Second arrow, or do you choose to change the way you respond to your discomfort and meet your suffering from the first arrow with kindness, tenderness, and respect? I hope that you will always choose self-compassion. I don't know about you, but I needed to hear that today. And maybe you don't struggle with OCD like I do, but these flaming arrows are not our fault. Whether it's an illness or just something that comes into our field, our magnetic field, but we can respond to it with self-compassion, or we can beat ourselves up. And when we choose to respond with that self-compassion instead, then maybe we don't have to feel so trapped in the time warp. It can feel more like an opportunity to rest and heal and recover. Yep, I'm glad I'm doing this right now. I needed to hear that. I'm gonna take my own advice. All right, what else? What other words of wisdom? This one wanted to come out. Ooh, the moorland. I'm actually noticing that there are these two llamas, and this one down here looks like it's focused over here, and this one looks like it's kind of like, hey, come on, let's go, with the kitty. And the kitty represents your inner wisdom, or like your higher self. So sometimes when we are in this moorland, which can be kind of like this vortexy limbo state, we can feel like we're at war with ourselves, because there's part of us that wants to move forward, to move out of it. And I'm also noticing the moon, which represents our intuition and things being illuminated for us in our subconscious. Then we have this one llama that's like, but I'm noticing all these things here. And this one's like, yeah, well, let's get a move on. So maybe you've been feeling a little bit like that. Like there's part of you that would rather not be stuck where you are, to feel so in limbo, in the moorland. But there is another part of you that is either resisting moving forward, moving through, and maybe there's a little bit of wisdom in that as well, to just observe something in your subconscious that's being illuminated for you. And if you are able to look at it, then you can release some of that resistance. Allow it to go. I'm kind of imagining like this like pressure that's been building up, and then you're just kind of letting go instead of forcing it. All right, let's get one more of these. How apropos. Perfect. Number 11, the temple. And the kitty is waiting right at the door. The bell is ringing. There's a gate being opened for you. The light is shining through the gate. That when you are ready to move through this gate, this door, portal of after you've made it through your reflection phase and giving yourself some time to heal, to lick your wounds, it's okay for you to move on. That you don't have to take everything that you were with you either. That you can become this new version of yourself and access this new power, this new level up. And it's going to feel so much brighter because of the grace and patience that you gave yourself to move through this energy here. That you're creating a sanctuary for yourself because you're going to be building that trust that you will meet yourself on those deep levels that you have the ability to, instead of fighting yourself. You don't have to be at war anymore. There's going to be more peace on the other side. All right, let's get a little bit of tarot. Let's see. This is the Every Little Thing You Do is Magic tarot by Callie Little and Mariah Seal. Really love this deck. My cousin gave it to me for my birthday. These cards are also massive, and I have really small hands, so it's always funny. I mean, I pre-shuffled these, but when I'm kind of like flipping through the cards. This is kind of a clarifying card. The Nine of Wands. That we're resting. It's so cute on the tree. But notice that none of those things are touching. They're just hovering. There aren't any daggers piercing. This little porcupine, I know my animals, is holding on, and sometimes it might feel like he's holding on for dear life, but he's taking a breather, and none of the daggers are actually going to harm him. Okay, let's get another one. Ooh. The Ace of Cups. Looks like some an emotional gift. Also noticing the swan in the background. Lots of different birds in this. Actually, I'm also noticing this, and there is an eclipse coming up soon, which might be significant to you, for you. Whenever you're seeing this. This Ace of Cups is matching up with your temple. That as you are moving into your own sanctuary that you're creating within yourself and will be manifesting outside of you as well, you're going to really start to feel this emotional fulfillment and abundance. That you're going to feel more in union with yourself, more aligned within yourself, because of the gentleness and compassion that you have started to give to yourself not as a reward, but as just a way of life. That you don't have to wait around to be kind to yourself, that you can do it all the time. All right, last one. What else do we need to know in this time of moving through the moorland, limbo, feeling into the temple? Another ace, which also this Ace of Pentacles, very grounded. Our pentacles are our sense of stability, security, abundance in like a very monetary way, our relationship with money. So it looks like your relationship with yourself, your emotions, is also going to be affecting your relationship with money and abundance and security. That these two are going to be very linked to each other in this next chapter, this next portal that you're entering. It's going to feel like lots of new opportunities are available to you. This is feeling very unlimited. So much is available to you. I'm wishing you well. I'd love to see you in the next one. Bye for now.